Welcome back to the Panic Room, everyone, and to a Christmas review today. So guys, this book, so freaking cool. If you guys hang around any of my poetry videos, you have heard today's author. It is Schultz. Well, she also happens to write amazing short stories, and this is one of them. This was sent to me early last year, and I knew I was going to do a Christmas video on it even then, all right? Today's book is Jacob. And can we just take a second? This is a hardback. Look at that. Look how beautiful. It's like one of those old classic books like your grandma would have. Oh, and then just to top it off, I mean, this is gorgeous. It is so, so pretty. She never slacks on art or any of that. So this, you guys hold on to your hats. Speaking of hats, you like mine? I made this last year for those of you who weren't around. This is her take about what happened after A Christmas Carol ended. And I know before you go anywhere, you're like, Pax, it's not her. To use her words, it is the original ghost story. She wrote me a little note right there. And she said, this is not a horror story, but definitely based on the most famous ghost story of all time. And I agree. It is one of the most famous ghost stories of all time. And it's set up like a play. Look at that. See, it's set up like a play. And this is what happened to Jacob Marley. Okay, so I'm not going to spoil this, but suffice it to say Jacob played a much larger role in the original Christmas Carol than what you originally would have thought. And you know, if you have picked up on little nuances from that story, if it's been a while since you've read it, no worries, it was for me too. But like the whole idea of him like wearing chains and stuff, all of that is in here. But you get so much more detail. And one thing I loved about this is that she keeps some of that beautiful language. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, I don't know what happens around Christmas, but sometimes I just like wax philosophical and want some like Victorian-esque crap. Something. You know, like last year I read that like collection of Victorian Christmas stories, which was a blast. But I don't know what it is about this time of year. Maybe I just, in my brain, associate like Victorians with Christmas. I don't know why. But she keeps a lot of that beautiful language that the Christmas Carol, the original Christmas Carol had in this. And it just, oh, it's so good. It is so good. And it's so believable, you know, as a continuation. And as if that wasn't good enough, she has like a little story at the beginning about how your main character, I guess kind of like your preliminary narrator, let's say, finds this book. So you kind of have a fictional story within another fictional story. It's just so well done. It's so well done. If you are a fan of A Christmas Carol in any capacity, you need this. Plus it's green. It's a green book. So again, I can't give you a whole lot. It is really short, but it really does answer some of the questions as to where Jacob went, what was behind some of the stuff that happened to Scrooge in the story. And you get to also get to see kind of like down the road with, you know, the Cratchit family and what happened with them and how that relates back to Jacob Marley and to Scrooge. So it's so good. It's really good. I know it's a short book. It's going to be a short video, but I wanted to put this out there for those of you who are in the Christmas spirit and maybe you hadn't heard of this, because I really think those of you who love Christmas stories, you're going to love this. And to me, this really scratches that itch of like spooky Christmas. Does anyone else besides me just get that like love for the side of Christmas that's spooky, like ghost story-y? Is it just me? It might just be me. Comment down below. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. That like spooky ghost story haunted house side of Christmas. It's so hard for me to describe, but I feel like if you're like me and you enjoy that part, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this book scratched that itch for me. Jacob by Schultz. So guys, thank you for hanging out for this little Christmas review. I did want to get this book out there. It is so beautiful and just such a unique take. I love it when people let their imagination go wild with some of these classic tales. Sometimes you can really get an amazing story out of it. So, and as always, if you like this, please hit like, hit subscribe. It would really help me out. And until next time, bye for now.